How do you decode dragon-style art in Norwegian Stave churches? Imagine walking through a centuries-old church and noticing the intricate carvings of dragons and serpents on the roof gables and portals. These designs are more than just decoration. They tell stories from Norway's past. Decoding dragon-style art in Norwegian Stave churches involves understanding how these images blend Christian symbols with older Norse pagan motifs. These churches were mostly built in the 12th and 13th centuries, a time when Christianity was spreading but Norse traditions still influenced art and beliefs. The wooden structures are supported by tall staves, which are large vertical wooden beams, combining Christian basilica styles with Scandinavian woodcraft. The dragon motifs often appear as carved heads sticking out from the gables or roof ridges, resembling the dragons seen on Viking ships. These carvings are stylized and sometimes intertwined with vine or plant patterns, creating a complex visual language. The dragon served multiple roles. One key purpose was protection. The fierce dragon heads were believed to ward off evil spirits and keep the sacred space safe. They also symbolized a cultural link to Viking traditions, blending pagan imagery into Christian buildings. This helped local people connect with their heritage while embracing Christianity. The dragons can also symbolize chaos or evil, aligning with Christian ideas of battling evil forces. In Norse mythology, dragons like Jormungandr, the world serpent, represented powerful natural forces. So these carvings reflected a mix of old and new beliefs, showing how Norwegians navigated their spiritual landscape. Inside the churches, dragon motifs appear on portals and woodwork, often alongside Christian symbols like the for evangelists, represented by an eagle, ox, lion, and man. This mix shows how Christian teachings and older mythologies coexisted. To decode these dragon-style carvings, start by observing their form and placement. Dragon heads on high gables seem to serve as guardians, watching over the church. Look at how the dragons are intertwined with vine or serpentine patterns, which is typical of the urn style, a late Viking Age art style. Recognizing these patterns helps connect the carvings to broader European traditions while keeping their Nordic roots. Think about what the dragons might symbolize. They could be evil forces kept outside the church, or natural powers that the church seeks to control. Sometimes, they are symbols of strength and protection from ancestors. The context of each church and its history can influence how you interpret these images. Notice how some carvings include Christian symbols, showing a deliberate fusion of old and new beliefs. Understanding these details makes visiting Norwegian Stave churches more meaningful. It reveals how medieval Norwegians used familiar mythic symbols to express their faith and cultural identity. These carvings are like a visual language, telling stories of transition, protection, and cultural continuity. So next time you see a dragon head on a Stave church, remember it's more than just art. It's a window into Norway's rich heritage and the way its people connected their past with their faith.